I take a breath, drawing enough oxygen to allow me to move. My throat only moves once. Fortunately, it's not painful. Most of my senses have turned to steel. No matter how hard I try, I mean, that's a bit of, it's a bit literal. No matter how hard I try, I'm starting to feel faint. Keep it together just a little bit more. Let's go. It is my final job. We dug this hole, let's finish this. I release my left arm. My consciousness is about to fade away. My last projection. I'll use the strongest sword I know to destroy the curse along with the great Holy Grail. It'll be the definitive end. No. I can't go back if I use it. I know I'm going to disappear anyway, but I have to try to find some other way as long as I am alive. I was thinking, I mean, it did just suggest that you could be Holy Grail a little bit. I'm just saying. I promised that I would protect Sakura from everything. I can't selfishly die. I want to live with Sakura. So... But there's no other way. Sakura's crime. The absolute requirement for Sakura's happiness is the destruction of this curse. Only a single grain of my consciousness is left. Sakura. The promise I made with you. The sword is in my hand. His body...
Shirou は死なないよ。だって、この門を閉じるのは私だから。
Oh, right, she was here. It's the voice of someone I cannot remember. I can't remember, but I call her name. I know I have to do it. Because we'll never return if I do not.
ねえ、シロウは生きたい？どんな命になっても、どんな形になっても、シロウはまだ生きていたい？
I want to live. Name. I have to call her name and stop her. But I want to live. I know, we'll disappear if I nod. I want to live from the bottom of my heart.
よかった。私もそうしたかった。私よりシロウにこれからを生きてほしかったから。
What are you saying, idiots? Just come back. You won't be able to return if you go any further. I'll take him so... I have to remember her name. My head's turned stupid, and the important name is...
じゃあ、奇跡を見せてあげる。前に見せた遠見の応用だけど、今度のはすごいんだよ。なんて言ったって、みんなが見たがってた魔法なんだから。
No, I don't need to see it. Just come back.
けど、器だけは安物かな。 使えるのは私の体しかないから完全に再現はできないの。けど大丈夫。リンと一緒に試行錯誤すればすぐに元通りにしてもらえるわ。
She goes to the center. The person in white becomes the sacrifice, just like in the first ritual, to close the great Holy Grail.
じゃあね。私とシロウは血がつながっていないけど、シロウと兄弟で本当によかった。
If that's how you feel, then don't go. I can't sacrifice you. I said we live together and make up for all the time you lived alone. But one of us has to be sacrificed then.
言ったよね。兄貴は妹を守るもんなんだって。ええ、私はお姉ちゃんだもん。なら弟を守らなくっちゃ。
I remember her name. Ritsuku's real blood relative, the girl who's left alone because I came and stole him. A girl with silver hair and red eyes that's been older than me. Emiya! I can't reach her. I don't hear voices anymore. I can't see anything in this light. And at that last moment, she smiles goodbye and shuts the gates of the great Holy Grail. Sage cries out, open gates of heaven. Blessed systems. No, crap. No, I'm not going to be able to read this quickly enough, won't I? Okay. Oh my, that actually did go by quite quickly. Oh, nope, so still happening. I might have to read that again in editing, because that went by very quickly. Okay. And I can see the sky. That doesn't look very sky-like to me. I can go into the sky if I reach out just a bit. But there's nothing left. There's absolutely no energy left in my body. I'm sinking. The life she saved is sinking. I clench my fist out of vexation. I feel something cold in my hand. The sensation arouses my mind.
大丈夫。リンが助けてくれるから。
Yeah. There's a miracle in my hand. Oh, the little bit of magic left that she mentioned. A little magical energy. A small, useless pendant. But it can at least help me reach out with my hands. I reach out. A gentle atmosphere, and the warm sun hits my skin. In my hand is the endless blue sky. The actual sky. Are we still Emiya? Thump. I dropped the bag filled with souvenirs on the ground and stretch. The sky's clear and sunny, and spring sunlight feels great. It's too bright after the darkened interior of the plane, but this is nothing since I'm finally free of the long journey.
あ、ベールでなくなってる。代わりに映画館なんてできたんだ。しばらく見ないうちに変わったな。
I stretch myself out and look around the town. I think this is probably... that sounds like Rin, I think. It took 25 hours to travel from London to the suburban Japanese town. Okay. So she still went there? Okay. I assume in this version, If Emiya is still around, he's probably still sticking around with Sakura, yeah? She never had a ton of skills in magic, so I doubt they're trying to live as magic users at this point. My body's cramped from being stuffed in a small seat. My butt hurts from all the sitting, and I hit my head on the ceiling during the landing. How small of a motherfucking plane are you on? You're sort of tiny, Tasaka. Let's be real here. You're not exactly a big person.
エコノミーどころの話じゃないわよね。せめてまっとうな旅行会社を使えばよかった。
Moral of the story, don't skip on travel expenses while taking long trips. Not that she's super... Not like she's Emiya small, but... Even if I'm dirt poor, as, Luvia Jelita says, I have no idea if I got that right.
あら、ミスト大阪。お金に困っているのなら、私好きのメイドにしてあげてもよろしくてよ。4番街のしみったれた悪趣味カフェのウェイトレス1年分の月給は保証しますわ。ああ、そう。言っておきますけど、割と本気ですから。明日朝一で編入届を出してきなさいね。
What the fuck? I can't be stingy when I'm coming back from to my home country. Yeah, I'll be smart next time. I have the return ticket, so I'll have to deal with that worn out plane on the way back.
バスは20分待ちか。まあ、面倒だし歩いていこう。
I lift up the bag and start to walk. It's about an hour on foot. Takes a while, but it's good since there's still time until we're supposed to meet.
懐かしいな。海沿いの風だ。
Was that voice from like that other person? Like a memory? Or... Oh, I don't even know. I guess we'll see if it comes up again. Or if there's a person that like went with her. You know what? Never mind. If she was in that and there was like some person who's like, oh, I can hire you as a maid from presumably London, then probably wouldn't have been in that same plane and with her. Whatever. I squint against the wind and as I roll my travel bag, I'm back. The hometown seemed to have changed in the year I've been away, but it hasn't actually changed at all. I walk on, delighted by every trifling detail. It's my yearly homecoming, my first time back in this country since I went overseas to London. It's pleasant to walk through the town for the first time in a year. Well, happiness doesn't change the fact that the bag is mercilessly heavy.
Yosh. まあ、こんなんで OK かな。
I take a shower and check my appearance in the mirror. It's not that I'm self-conscious, but it won't do any harm to get fired up, since this is the first time I'm seeing them in a year. Oh, there's one person that might glare at me, but I'll ignore her just for today. Glare? Sakura? I can't imagine Ryder's still around. The house is cleaner than I mean, if you're talking about glaring, she's the Medusa, right? So, in some form. She has that power. She does all the glaring, right? The house is cleaner than I thought, and there isn't much accumulated dust. Sakura might be cleaning this place from time to time. I'm thankful, I really am, but...
あの子、変なことにここを使ってないわよね。なんか記憶にないシャンプーがあったんだけど。
Oh, there... You know exactly what's happening. On your bed too, I'm sure. So just take out a black light and see if anything weird's on there. Shampoo goes in the bath. You don't put shampoo in the study kitchen entrance of the yard. Wait, what? No. It's nothing to worry about. Wait, was there shampoo in each of those? It's nothing to worry about, but it's pretty suggestive.
もう3時じゃない。ああ、もう2時間も何してたんだ私。
I dash to the door, try to put on some pumps to show off, give up, and change back to my boots and dash out again. I'm supposed to be there at 4. I want to get there early and instruct my enemy, but my strength will go down if my hair gets messed up. It's regrettable, but I should face them straight on. Huh.
さて
I mean, at this moment, I'm assuming it's gonna be Sakura and Emiya. It's sort of hard to imagine it not being that, considering they're the only ones I could imagine having a reason to still be around. But it's sort of playing coy with it. I'm not sure if they just want to be like, oh yeah, Emiya survived, and etc., but it's an emotional moment, but I just want to forget about everything and run in there now that I'm here. I go through the gate and up to the door. Well, let's ring the doorbell. After the ding-dong, the door opens. Okay, you are still around. What? How? Why? It's not... You're not even an archer class, so you don't have the special extra ability, right? Status. Has been a while. All that came up. I must have searched that most recently. You don't... abilities. Yeah, you don't really have an corner. Noting independent action C, okay. Possible for a servant to stay in this world for a day, even after losing their master. Okay. Acknowledged. Okay. Well, you're still around. Not exactly sure what's providing you with all that magical energy, but okay. You know what's really surprising? What little role Gilgamesh ended up playing in this. He has been so significant in every other route. And in this one, it's just like he shows up for like Sakura's like, yeah, you're a fake. Wait, no, you're real? Oh, shoot. And it's like, oh no, I'm gonna eat it up, rah, 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 and he's gone. That's actually sort of surprising how little of a role he ended up playing in this. I was like almost convinced that he'd come back in some form after that happened. Right came to the door and she's wearing normal clothing.
ただいまちょっと早いけど帰ってきたわ
Oh, and she's not wearing the mask either. Okay. Oh, cool. You were able to get yourself in a state where you didn't have to worry about that.
さくらはいるライダ
ええさくらは部屋でタイガは居間で待っています
藤村先生もいるんだで春休みだから当然かじゃあお邪魔しますとりあえず今に行けばいい
はい私はさくらを呼んできます
Well, I walk into the hallway. I glance at Ryder while we head into the living room. Could she be considered an ambush? She was beautiful before, but it stands out much more in her normal clothing. To be blunt, she really is gorgeous. Yeah, she does sort of look a lot better when she's not in, like, weird dominatrix clothing. When a woman calls another woman gorgeous, you know it's true. I've seen many beautiful women over there, but I haven't seen anyone as beautiful as Ryder. Well, she's superior to humans, so it's natural that she's extraordinary. So you're making excuses as to why you're losing, Rin. She is a servant after all. The Magi in the Spirit Dispelling Department would be unable to work for 3 days if they saw her. I bet they locked themselves up in the workshop for a month if they found out that she's a familiar.
リン私に話があるのですか
そうねあれから調子はどう少しは今の状態に慣れた
そうですね2年前に比べれば安定していますリンがいなくなってからは不安定でしたが一月ほど前から安定しだしました
So has it been
さくらもコツをつかんだようです
So has it been 2 years overall since everything ended? And she's been gone for 1 year in London. Oh, it makes sense, especially since even in the Unlimited Blade Works ending, it was like after this year, the last year of high school, I'm gonna go to London. That's what she was saying, right?
そうまあライダーとさくらは相性がいいから心配はしてなかったけどそのさくらに黙って血なんて取ってないでしょうね
It's not that I'm blaming her, but if she is, I'm worried about whether she can follow through.
それこそ心配無用ですさくらに知られるような真似は決して
So is that how you're sticking around in the end? Okay. Well, don't kill anyone. It's a fake answer, but I guess I'll let it slide since she doesn't seem to be troubling anyone. Well, I guess it depends. It's a bad habit of mine as a magus. Familiars as strong as Rider are so valuable that I tend to overlook some mischief.
それではまた。リンには相談事もありますので、夜に時間を作っていただけますか？
内緒話ならここじゃなくてうちでしましょう。今夜はこっちに泊まるから明日の夜でいい？
Rider nods and heads to Sakura's room.
お帰りなさい、リン。
ありがとう。留守中苦労かけたわね、ライダー。
She smiles and leaves. I guess at this point I am legitimately expecting the only way Emiya could probably have lived through all that is to actually legitimately possibly end up as someone that Sakura has to care for constantly, maybe. I guess the biggest thing that I can imagine being sort of a permanent sort of effect of everything, if he is just fucking normal and he's living a normal life, then that's bullshit. Because his body went through so fucking much over this. If there's no repercussions on his body, that would be bullshit. Like, at minimum, I think he should have, just based on how everything played out. It would make sense for him to at least have lost a lot of his memories, essentially. And those stayed permanently lost, basically. Jeez, I am speechless. She is a real beauty. Okay, why don't you two get a room, Rin? I guess that's the plan for tomorrow night, right?
あら、いらっしゃい、遠坂さん。元気そうで何よりね。
Oh, right, you're a character, you're a person, right.
はい、お邪魔します。藤村先生もお変わりないようで安心しました。
今日は遠坂さんが来るって聞いてたからずる休み。ま、今年の首相はしっかりしてるし、今日は新入生対策の会議だから問題ないわ。
That's sort of important.
新入生対策？部員減ったんですか？弓道部。
増えたよ。ほら、去年はさくらちゃんが首相になってたでしょ。それで男の子は増えたんだけど、女の子が定員に届いてないのよ。
Yeah, that's so important.
で、遠坂さんは卒業したから知らないか。ま、今年はかっこいい男の子が首相だから、うまく立ち回ればどっさり入ってくるだろうけどね。
What a PR department you guys have. Wow, okay.
はあ、かっこいい男の子って誰です？
三辻さんの弟さん。これがまあ、姉さんとは正反対の小心者なのよ。部活紹介でステージになって立ったら金縛りに合うわね、絶対。
Hey, I imagine that has its own appeal, so if you're gonna go all out on the sort of, selling his body for the, new members, sure. Sure. I think she's choosing the wrong person for the job. Well, you know her younger brother? I imagine you would. You're good friends, right? Well, archery has this strict image, so it might be good to appeal to the girls by showing how easy it is. But Ayaka's brother, huh? I never heard that she had one. Oh, you never met him? Okay. Seems like a thing that would have come up at some point.
それであっちの暮らしはどうなの？日本人だからっていじめられてない？ほら、美大の子ってライバル心だけで友人関係成立してるじゃない？
藤村先生、それは偏見です。芸術を信奉する人間にそのような供給差はありません。
あ、怒られちゃった。
I can't tell her all they care about is themselves. Making things worse for Jimir Sensei's concerns are 100% correct as to the department I'm in, but I'm going to... Oh, at the department I'm in, but I'm going to keep quiet about that one. Wait. Jimir Sensei's looking at me and smiling.
なんでしょう、藤村先生。
遠坂さん、綺麗になったなって。一皮むけたっていうか、大人になったっていうか。向こうでいい人でもできた？
If this is 2 years later, these guys should actually legitimately look older at this point, yeah? Why does the conversation end up here when girls are talking? She's sharp too.
なん
手応えあり。どうなのよ、花のロンドンでしょ。こうパーッと出会った瞬間に謎の組織に追われて手をつないで大脱走。残り10分あたりでロンドン橋が炎上してキスしてお別れとかしちゃってたら承知しないぞ。
Wait, what about a burning London Bridge?
いえ、別にそういうことはないです。
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
じゃあいい話は一切なし？
そういうわけではないんですが、まあできそうというかできないというか。
I can't help but give a vague answer. I've had no shortage of proposals, and I'd at least like to have a research partner. You've had wait, what sort of proposals? Like, in the same way Fujimura is actually suggesting? But I somehow can't get serious. Every time I go out with a guy, okay, so yes. I can't concentrate because another idiot keeps popping up in my head. Ha ha. I'll be in your head forever, Tazaga. Ha 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 ha. It's unbelievable, but I think every day that it might mean I'm in love with him. Even in this route. Even in this route. Yes. No. It can't be true.
あ、さくらちゃん。
I straighten up at once. Yes, they do look older. Hey, Sakura. Hey, Sakura. You do look a bit different. Wow, she hasn't changed a bit. No, actually, she does look a bit older, doesn't she? Or maybe it's... I think she looks a bit older. Taller.
はい、元気だった、さくら。
Sakura nods, and her happiness is written on her face plain as day.
おかえりなさい、姉さん。元気そうで嬉しいです。
I'm interested to see Emiya. I'm interested to see Tasaka too, but yeah. She congratulates my return with the biggest smile I've seen. An hour passed. We talk about what's happening during the year since I went overseas.
そっか、さくらもう卒業したんだね。それで進路はどうするの？うちに来るなら私から紹介状でっち上げるけど。そうですね。嬉しいけど遠慮しておきます。
Yeah, I legitimately have I have a very hard time believing that Sakura and Emiya, if they're properly together at this point, would want to live a life of magic at this point. Because Emiya basically, like, Emiya's main reason for wanting magic was to be a superhero, and he gave that up. So I don't really feel as though he'd want to pursue that too much at this point. He'd be more... He might still be willing to do magic, but only to the point of protection and defense, basically.
今はこっちでやることがあるし、勉強なら見てくれる人がいますから。
Okay. Okay, maybe I'm making bad assumptions. I sort of get the feeling like... Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
うん、手紙にあった綺麗な後釜か。まあ人のいいじいさんみたいだし、うちに来るよりはマシだろうけど。
Wait. Oh, okay. He would have a successor, yeah. And he's teaching you? Magic? I have a vague memory that magic wasn't actually something... from Fate Zero, that magic wasn't something priests normally had, and it was actually weird that Kodamine had that. That he could use it in some form.
たまには外に出て冒険してみないとダメになるわよ。ただでさえあんたは怠け性なんだから、教師は生きのいいのじゃないと。それなら大丈夫です。代打、すごく厳しいから。
You know what? Yeah, she would. I forgot about her being a potential magic teacher. She probably isn't. I actually have no idea how much magic she'd actually know properly, but she probably knows enough to teach.
ちょっと怠けるとですね、すっごく怖い顔するんです。
Yeah, she sort of has that like scary, very strict librarian look now, doesn't she?
ああ、いや、そりゃ怖いでしょう、彼女の本気は。
She does have the mystic eyes of petrification, after all. I bet your clothes will be turned into stone if she gets mad at you. Oh. Why doesn't Fujimura Sensei look well?
藤村先生
We're sort of skirting around the specifics, aren't we?
何？ごめんなさい、聞いてなかった。
いえ、そういうのではないのですが、急にだ。
ちょっとね、さくらちゃんと遠坂さんを見てるとシロウのことを思い出しちゃって。今いればすごくラッキーなのに、あの子ったら肝心なところで損してるんだから。
We get down to the subject of what happened with Emiya.
帰り遅いよね、シロウ。いつになったら帰ってくるのかな。
So he's in a good enough condition to be out and about on his own. Fujimura Sensei looks out the window with a cup in her hand. She's looking off into the distance. She's looking up at the clear blue sky.
あれ、なんか変な雰囲気になっちゃったわね。私のせいかなとか。
そんなことないですよ。藤村先生が先輩の話をしてくれるのは嬉しいです。
ダメよ、さくらちゃん。さくらちゃんにとってシュロウはもう先輩でも何でもないんだから。まあそれはともかく、急に体を動かしたくなったから道場で素振りでもしてくるわ。
Maybe Fujimura Sensei is being considerate. Well, I'm glad she's thinking about us, but I don't know how to start the conversation now.
まあいいか。こっちまで気を使うことないものね。聞いておくべきことは聞いておかないと。で、さくら、あんたの方はどうなのよ。あれから2年、なんとかやっていけそう？はい、少しずつですけど、いろいろなことを素直に受け止められるようになりました。罪の意識で潰されるのは逃げなんだって。
I'm a big advocate of not letting regret be something you focus too much on. It's something you learn from and you move forward from. Simple as that. There are certainly things that Sakura did that are extremely regrettable and can't be taken back, but I guess the thing about it is that the actions of her are what the consequences of a lot of her actions are things, in particular, a lot of people dying from the shadow stuff, especially once she became aware of it. Actually, when she became aware of it, she did kill some people. And I know she did a lot when she wasn't particularly aware of it. Especially some of the bigger scale stuff. I don't remember if she did anything huge when she was aware of it. But regardless, even one innocent person. It's really unfortunate, but when the situation turns out into what it is, you can't take that back. It is what it is, and the best possible outcome for the future is for her and everyone else involved to learn from those regrets and use that to better the lives of themselves and others moving forward. You can talk about punishments or stuff like that all you want, but it's sort of past the point of mattering, essentially. At least in my mind.
私は私のできることをして少しずつ頑張っていこうと思います。そっか。ちょっと見てきたけど街も完全に元通りだものね。2年前の傷跡は消えていて、おかしな事件ももう起こらない。
A lot of people died though. I'm just saying.
私の役目をさくらに押し付けて教会に行っちゃったけど、それはそれでよかったってことか。はい、 姉さんの代わりは大変でした。おかげでこの1年間ずっと強くなれた気がします。
I suppose that's probably the biggest motivation for someone like Sakura and Emiya to continue learning magic to some extent. To continue trying to make lives, to learn from what happened previously and try to make up for whatever sins they consider themselves guilty of. She must mean mentally. Well, it just means people are better off moving around than sitting there and worrying.
けどそういう姉さんはどうなんですか？なんかいろいろゴタゴタしてたって聞いてますけど。私？ゴタゴタしてたって言えばしてたけど。
Where should I start? I'll start 2 years ago. Holy Grail War. It's been 2 years since the war Sakura and I were involved in. Yeah, okay. The Great Holy Grail was destroyed and the foundation of the Holy Grail War along with it. Search for the Holy Grail in this land has been permanently stopped, and the city of Yuki has regained its peace. Words, sorry. Well, good. I sort of vaguely get the motivation behind searching for the sorceries and whatnot, but there's sort of an aspect of it that's just like, no, man, for fuck's sake, you're going a bit far. But it didn't end for me there. I know I don't live in the world, I'm not a magist myself, so I don't totally get the motivations, but still. The whole event is on the land I supervise. The land of Yuki belongs to my family, the Magic Association approved it, so it's not completely ours. The Magic Association demands that all divine mysteries be hidden, and we broke that rule to pieces. First, that enormous damage the Holy Grail War caused to society. Next, the assassination of the Master dispatched by the Magic Association. Huh? Was that the one who had Lancer originally? Finally, the activation of the Swirl of Origin that the Association measured. Well, the first two are Cure's responsibility, and he's the supervisor they sent, so I had my excuse. But I can't talk responsibility for the third one. The appearance of the gate from the Holy Grail, the ritual leading to the origin, needs to be conducted under the supervision of the Magic Association. And by their rules, I am a criminal. They detected its activation in the far eastern land. They were surprised and happy, but it suddenly disappeared. They are mad that we opened the gate, but I hear they really want to kill me since we closed it even though we succeeded. Even though I was busy dealing with the aftermath, I was taken to London's clock tower. And that's how the one-man court started, in a meeting room that could hold 300 people. There were heads of every department along with the Magi who wanted the Tosaka family's rights once I'd been sentenced, so happy days. It was more of a circus than a trial.
私もここまでか。こうなったら教会と反目している中東圏に逃げ込むか、日本で徹底抗戦だ。
Well, I think they already had you surrounded in the clock tower. I was determined and was even making my escape plans, but there were people that wanted to save me while there were also people who wanted to kill me. In the face of everyone's condemnation.
いや、弟子の不始末は私の責任でもある。
Huh? The old man, who slightly outranked all who were present, appeared and nullified all the charges against me. It's not that he took the blame in my place. It's give and take. Out of everything he could have done.
よかろう。では弟子を取ることにする。享受するのは3人までだ。各部門協議の末、見込みのあるものを選出せよ。
He dropped a bombshell. I mean, a long missing sorcerer appeared and he said he'd take apprentices on top of it? Oh, is this like the Tosaka, like, what was his name? The one who did the sorcery with the gem sword. The whole place became a riot. Completely forgetting about me, everyone ran to the departments panicking over who should be selected. And he came to me. He was standing...
トンビが鷹を生んだというのはお前の国の言葉だったな。東坂は最も目のない教え子だったが、わずか6代でたどり着くとは。
Okay, and he came to me, who was standing there dumbfounded and smiled. saying that, and then he said something ridiculous like that.
何のことでしょう、大師父。
I played dumb, because I thought he'd kill me if he found out what went on. Sorcerers don't tell others about their sorcery. My instincts told me he'd kill anyone who followed in his footsteps without mercy. But my enemy's no ordinary person. He pats my head and praises me.
連中を利用してやれ。ここは窮屈な場所だが、道具だけは揃っておる。
As expected from the great master. The old man who traveled across the many parallel worlds was a wholehearted guy. Oh, it really is him. Okay. Yes. The truth is, I can recreate the gem sword. I comprehended the blueprint and the theory during the fight, so I can copy the sorcery if I have the needed material and time. Oh, snap. Well, I need a lot of money for it, so there's nothing I can accomplish in tens of years. Anyway, I gotta walk away free. In addition, I got a free pass to the clock tower, so I named Sakura the supervisor of Fuyuki and left for London. This might even be a better result for her, her personally, than Unlimited Blade Works was. It's been a year since then. Okay. Life at the tower knocked me around a bit, but like Sakura, I'm slowly expanding my territory.
そうですか。それで姉さん、エミヤの家、先輩のことは。
Oh, did you correct it yourself too, senpai?
問題になってないわ。報告にはあげてないし、キレイも巻き込まれて死亡した一般人としか記録してなかった。幸か不幸か、あいつのことを知っているのは私とあなただけってこと。
Huh. So he reported stuff. I suppose he probably would be giving reports before it, as it was happening, yeah? The air tenses up. After the incident, Sakura and I were carried to the surface and managed to survive. Ryder took me to my house and replenished my magical energy. My magic crest will keep me alive even by force if I still have magical energy. I wasn't able to eat for a while, but I healed quickly. Sakura suffered after effects from her connection to Anew, and from the fact that he was gone. She didn't panic, nor did she get depressed. She pretended to be alright so that he could come back at any time. If she'd freak out instead of acting like that, I could have done something. But that's all in the past. Time passes and the days slowly change. Sakura graduated and she's saying she'll stay in this town a bit longer. Has he not come back then? I'm going to spend my whole vacation here, and I have to fly back to London in a week. Why did I come back to this place? A year ago. No, a lot of things happened 2 years ago. My memory stops a year ago, but I was frequent guest here until I graduated. Is that why? Feels like if I turn towards the kitchen, I'll see him there, kicking with a knife in hand. An amateur magist who was involved in the Holy Grail War. He actually won, and...
ただいま。いや、悪い悪い。一世から檀家のお供え物を分けてもらってたら遅くなっちまった。
Holy shit, we actually see him. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, he's actually alive then. Got it. He's still alive and well now, yeah, okay. Shirou comes into the living room, arms laden with groceries. And... of course our eyes meet. Wow, you have like... is it just me, or do your shoulders look wrong? No. The problem is that your torso looks like it's too short. There's the problem. And your arms look... it's not too unrealistic arm length in comparison to the torso, but... your torso looks too short for how wide your shoulders are.
いや、相変わらず元気そうだな、そっちは。
Crap, I'm about to burst out laughing. It's totally obvious that he took a deep breath in the hallway and tried to act as normally as he can.
久しぶりね。相変わらず抜けてるみたいじゃない、そっちは。
Oh, how loving. Wait, why am I panicking too? And Sakura's laughing at us for that.
先輩、無理して強がってると余計姉さんに笑われますよ。まあ、姉さんも同じように意地を張ってるから おあいこですけど。
Sakura says something scary.
別に無理なんてしてない。遠坂は家族なんだから、うちにいるのは当たり前だろ。何も特別なことなんてない。
But he's loaded down with groceries. Jeez. What are you doing with that? I can't eat that much, you idiot.
そうね、緊張して損しちゃった。こいつなんにも変わってないし。はい、先輩はなんにも変わってません。
Oh. Oh, he's got that familiar look where he wants to say something but cannot. It's interesting actually seeing him.
言ってろ。それより遠坂、今晩は飯食っていくんだろ。
ええ、泊まる気満々だけど。
そっか。じゃあ休んでろ。長旅で疲れただろ。晩飯はこっちで片付けるから、さくらとお茶飲んで待ってろよ。積もる話もあるだろうしな。
He goes into the kitchen and puts on his apron. This has been the scene for a year, no, for half a year.
ありがとう。お言葉に甘えるわ。
そうしろそうしろ。あ、それとおかえり遠坂。ちっとも心配してなかったけど、いつも通りで安心した。
ええ、ただいまエミヤくん。そっちもいつも通りで嬉しいわ。
And the master of this house goes back to make dinner for the freeloaders. Well, I'll look forward to finding out how much he got back to normal in the last year.
調子良さそうじゃない。一時はどうなることかと思ったけど、あれなら相手が誰であろうとバレないかな。学校の方は問題なし？はい、おかげさまで一緒に卒業できました。
I see. Then there's nothing else I can do. Well, he didn't need our help in the first place, but I was able to come up with excuses for why he missed school for a year to deceive Fujimura-sensei. So, if you ask me why he's alive, I have to say it's sorcery. Emiya's body was destroyed. Between the influence of Archer's arm and the strain of projecting beyond his limits, his magic circuit was broken to pieces. It was a death that even the Holy Grail could not reverse. But he's still moving around like that because the Shirou over there is his copy. Wait, what? No, that's not right either. Anyway, Shirou's body died. That Holy Grail cannot revive a dead body. The Holy Grail, Emiya can only use the divine mystery called the Third Sorcery. Emiya managed to revive Shirou's soul with that. She revived his soul and gave him a body free of wounds. What? You might not believe me, but this is the Third Sorcery we're talking about. It's not just putting your spirit into someone else's brain and controlling them. Once you give it a container or a body, the soul manifested by the Third Sorcery will take perfect form. It's the genes of the soul, not those of the body. Preserving Shirou's soul, Emiya revived him by inserting it into a container. But it wasn't perfect. Maybe Emiya's Third Sorcery didn't match the original. A few days after the cavern collapse, the Shirou writer found was just a bit different from the Shirou we knew. No, she didn't find him. She picked him up. It was more like she plucked him out. I was surprised and wondered how it could be possible. But if I think about it, the body that's cooking right now is being remotely controlled by his soul. Memories, mind, magic circuit are actually in the soul. So the body's only terminal to move around in the command structure is invincible in that world. Huh. Well, we experiment with a lot of things in the first half of a year. It's not like he'd grow if we watered him, and we weren't equipped to make a homunculus. So we ended up selling the books at the Muto house and obtaining a body left by a famous puppet maker, leaving us where we are now. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean, puppet maker? Don't take this the wrong way, but Shirou's as human as the rest of us. He can go get surgeries at hospitals, drink cold medicines, and die when he's killed. Oh my goodness. Well, he's never been able to do that before. Not fucking once. I guess the bad ends count, but... Souls can be put into bodies to give them life, but the souls will be fixed to the body in exchange. In short, he's like a servant that can operate without a master. The only difference is that he's living in this age. He'll grow old and die of old age, and he cooks like he's doing now. He's the same Emiya Shirou.
でも元が中古だしな。何人か腕のいい人形師を当たってみたんだけど、今の素体よりいい出物はなかったわ。あの素体を作ったっていう人にお願いしようともしたけど、その人封印指定を受けて教会から逃げ出したんだって。見つけるのは骨でしょうね。そうですか。けど先輩は今のままで問題ないって言ってますよ。魔力の通りが悪いだけで、あとは前よりいいくらいだって。
Especially that, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go there. I was gonna go HC and stuff.
その、私もそう思います。
She went there! Damn it! Damn it! Oh. The soul will override the body no matter how good the body is, so there may be places that aren't functioning properly, and I don't think it'll get any better.
ちょっと待った。
Why are you getting so embarrassed?
さくら？そのですね。私もやりすぎかなって思うんですけど、私の体が
You're going?
まだその
Wait, you're going straight to that discussion?
あ、
That's right. Sakura's body still has after effects from I remind you. Even with the contract broken, she's still the Holy Grail. She's connected to Agramai, so she's still connected with the other side. Vast amounts of magical energy are collecting in Sakura's body, so she has to periodically let it out, so it's the opposite. Wait, is she the one with the penis now, and Emiya's the one? I mean, it's a puppet maker, so... You know... They could have the puppet made like that. Oh... I know they said stuff that the soul has its own blueprint and the stuff with Zoken and whatnot, I'm just joking. It's because of that magical energy that she can keep Rider, even after the Great Holy Grail's destruction. Oh, okay. That makes sense. But she still can't use it all. So, she must be giving the surplus to Shirou. Shirou's current body has a very weak magic circuit, so he would return to how he was before without her help.
はあ、いろいろと込み入ってるのね、あなたたち。
It's amazing how fucking perfect it is for everyone to be content.
はい、前途多難です。
There are a lot of problems living normally, but Sakura's constitution is a huge advantage. She's planning to live as a magus.
って考えてみればすごいパーティーじゃない、私たち。
Shirou's a successful example of the third sorcery. And he should be able to use his reality marble if he starts training. Not if he doesn't have magic to use it. Sakura can use her abilities as the Holy Grail, although only in part. And she even has Rider. And I can manage a copy of the second sorcery. What the fuck is up with this ending? A little bit. It feels like things are turning out just a bit too perfectly. We're invincible. I wish they'd hold a magic tournament at the association. We'd easily win, so maybe they could just hand us our prize money. About 500,000 pounds, of course. And don't deduct the income tax because we're Japanese. That's it? That's all you're aiming for? 500,000? Okay. It's not too much. Maybe it was a bit more. Back in, what is this, early 2000s? Crap, I'm beginning to feel like it. Well, I'll be able to do whatever we'll be able to do whatever we want after that. Full of happiness and hope. I'll use the money to reproduce the gem sword, leave that crappy place and come back to this town. Then we can...
ま、無理か。人間地道が一番だし。
And I quickly give up on the idea. I think it's a bit too fanciful. I like my life, and I'm looking forward to the changes in the future. It's not like we'll be apart forever. I'm sure they won't lead an ordinary life in this peaceful town, with all the potential problems they have.
姉さん、なんか今邪悪な笑みをこぼしてましたけど。そう？勘がいいわね、さくら。
Oh, you're not denying it. I get up from the cushion. I can't take things slow. I can only stay here for 7 days after all. I can't skip a single one of these dinners.
シロー、手伝うから今度貸して。英国仕込みの腕前見せてあげる。
I reject his protest. I'm smiling more than I really mean to, as I put on the apron that's prepared for me.
さて。
I roll up my sleeves and head to the kitchen. Oh, before that, I remember the most important thing I need to verify. It's been 2 years. I turn back to my younger sister.
さくら、幸せ？
Okay, they had to show her at some point. Her full smile is perfect. That made my whole trip worthwhile. She gives me some of her happiness and I look up at the sky. Winter passed before I knew it and it is spring. The scenery's dyed pink without a trace of cold days. I keep walking on, weighing what we've lost and what we've gained. Well, the story in this town is ending. But our story is just beginning. The end roll will come in that distant future. But it looks like it'll be another clear day tomorrow. And my vacation is just beginning. Let's look forward to the new day, the new future. I can see us leisurely walking down the hill road. Well, let's go see the flowers we promised to see. It's a Sakura's view now. I did make that promise, didn't I? So the winter went by and spring came along. Nature's in full bloom and there's nothing left that reminds you of the hard cold days. Stash away both what you lost and what you gained, for life continues on. Now then, story that unraveled in this town has reached its conclusion. New stages and people are waiting for us. And so we've reached an ending. That wrapped up just a little bit too perfectly. Honestly, after all the, shit's gonna go. I mean, I suppose Emiya didn't really get out of it unscathed when he came down to it. And a lot of them ended up being like, oh, everyone who survived had a happy life going forward for a lot of the endings. But there was so much tragedy over what it was building up to, and then suddenly just everything works out. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was perfectly fine with the idea of Emiya living. I was perfectly, I'm perfectly... Let's look at it this way. So, Rin. She didn't really have as much tragedy, felt like she was being ridden for her, but she obviously had all the, all the stuff with the association happen, and it's apparently that works out in terms of, oh, okay, apparently now I have a sorcery, and oh, apparently this old ancestor of mine shows up to basically vouch for me, get me off the hook for everything. Okay, well, that's convenient. Then you have Ryder who, oh, it looks like my old master just happens to have a huge excess of magical energy I can stick around with. Great. I wonder what you want to consult Rin with. Then you have Sakura who's like, well, I never really had anything bad happen to me. I mean, ultimately, it's she got over her stuff and she found happiness, which is good. Which is good. And that's probably more the ending for her I was more anticipating. It's the stuff with Emiya in particular. Especially just because, so I can sort of understand Sakura not having huge repercussions. Because that's just sort of the nature of what happened to her. Wasn't so much on the body. There were some aspects of the body that she was depreciating. It wasn't a physical thing that was, thrown out, essentially. It was, it was moral and intellectual, and it was sins of the mind rather than sins of the body, I suppose, in a way. It's a bit more reasonable to write reasoning for why the repercussions wouldn't be as big, But with Emiya, I sort of get the concept, but it's like, oh, his body was destroyed and we were able to put in this puppet. But guess what? He's able to live exactly as he was before. He'll grow old. There's no weird after effects. I mean, the biggest difference is that his penis is bigger, and I know he hates that, right? I might sound like I'm being particularly negative. I might. I did quite like this route. I felt it was a good mix-up compared to the previous ones because of the sort of tragic aspect. Though, especially that ending sort of... that sort of hurt it because the nature of it being different and it feeling like it was going a different direction sort of got thrown in the mixer a little bit, and it felt like it felt like it was sort of abandoned a little bit for that ending. I know there's more endings, so maybe there's one that I'd actually prefer. And as usual, I'm not gonna go through all the other endings, at least in the recording. Maybe not even myself. I haven't decided exactly how I'm gonna do that. Simply because my policy, especially in visual novels, is that I don't show everything, so that you can go in and experience stuff for yourself. At the very least, if you haven't. My intent is never to just basically make a record, especially for visual novels, because there is a legitimate argument for the whole, you can sort of experience it through a Let's Play sort of thing. To an extent where you couldn't, where it would be not too departed from that. So that's why I try not to do everything explicitly, and for this, I've chosen not to do all the endings. I'm trying to do a lot of the Tiger Dojo stuff, all of them. Would be the assumption. How many of those did I end up getting? Let's see. Not many of them. I have a lot to go through. Return to spring, really. Years. Continuation of the dream. Oh, did I get the true end on each of them? Well, that's a thing. I'll eventually have to look at those too. Overall, I felt it was quite good, albeit maybe a bit slow burning. I do feel as though I'm at the point, especially with that little thing at the end, where I'm interested in seeing where some of the bad endings go. There's definitely quite a few comments made over the course of it, like, oh, you gotta make certain decisions, so you can see this sort of alternate sort of bad end, or good, or I don't even know, stuff like the big one that came out, people wanted me to do, which will be part of me going back and looking at the Tiger Dojos, I'm sure. Basically not getting the stuff with Ryder correctly. So, that'll be interesting. So I am a bit at the point that outside of looking a bit into that, I know there's also an epilogue if you get all the endings that's supposed to open up. A sort of epilogue, final chapter sort of thing. So outside of doing all that, I think I'm sort of mentally at the point that I feel like I've been pretty satisfied by the story and the characters, outside of loose ends, essentially. Like, oh my goodness, you wanna know how long I played this? 4 days, 20, so that's, 24 times 4 would be, 96 hours plus 23 hours. Oh, right up near that 120 hours. Ooh, I mean, there's a little bit of it that's going to be me sitting around and leaving it. But oh my goodness, I've spent so much time on this, I think I've had my film. I think I'll repeat this at the end of whatever the final bonus stuff is, because I'm going to continue on and do more of the bonus stuff for the Tiger Dojos and eventually that stuff and finish it up. I think I'm going to take a nice long break from Fate series. I think I've had a good fill of that. And I'm sort of at the point that I'm pretty interested in the world, and I'm interested in the characters, but I can't say outside of, like I said, loose ends. I can't honestly say. I guess I don't know what's all available in the series. I can't say I'd be too interested in another dramatic story involving the characters, essentially. I'd probably be more interested in seeing, like, I'd be interested in the characters in terms of more of maybe like a slice of life thing where you get a little bit more just like funny, that sort of stuff. But if I were to do another dramatic one, I'd probably lean to wanting to do something along the lines. And again, I'll say this all whenever I do properly in the series for Fate Stay Night as a whole. I'd probably want to do something, if I wanted to do something more dramatic in the series, I'd probably want a fresh new set of characters so we start a bit more fresh. I don't know all what's in the series. I know Fate Zero has a different set of characters and it connects. Maybe at some point I'll go back and rewatch that and make some really simple, short, quick reaction video sort of things. Maybe at some point. Again, I'm thinking ahead at this point, and I'm probably going to take a long break from it. What a long break is, I don't know, but we'll see. After I finish the loose end stuff. And it's loose ends at this point, but I sort of feel a sense of finality that I feel almost obligated to say this. So, okay. Actually, my thoughts on Heaven's Feel. I thought it was quite... I mean, in the end, I thought it was quite good because it was sort of committing to the sort of tragedy of, shit, we want to achieve this thing, but there's sacrifices that need to be made. So we're just going to double down, and we're just going to commit to what we want our ending to be, and we're going to go for it. We're not going to make it. We know we're not going to make our ideal sort of ending, but even if it ended up fucking being that, we know we're not going to do that, but we're going to strive for it anyways. And there's sort of an appeal to striving for it, you knowing that it's not going to come, and maybe getting a little bit of it. Not all of it. I don't know. That's sort of bothering me at the moment, really. It's sort of making me look back on everything just a little bit worse in this route. I really did enjoy it, albeit that ending, I don't know. It doesn't fit what I expected. It's an expectations thing. And the reasons why I like the route quite a bit, going through it, were sort of dampened, because it felt like it went against that sort of ideology of, like, writing ideology that I felt like it was committing to. Musically, it's largely the same. There was that weird, like, loop of music in the last bit there that was pretty offsetting, but that's just weird. And what else? Art-wise, I felt like near the end, when in like the fighting scenes, especially the art with like the really like distortion and the heavy black lines, I thought that looked real good. In general, otherwise, it's as it was. I've never thought the art outside of, I guess, the CGs have been exceptionally good in this. It's more something I got used to over time. So, storytelling wise, it did definitely drag more than it needed to. You could probably have made this just as compelling in, what episode is this going to be, 36, 37 or so? You probably could have made it work just as well with all the same story points, but maybe everything... I feel like I say this at the end of most of these for this, that it tends to drag on a bit, especially at times. You probably could have made it work just as well in with the same story points, just everything maybe a bit brisker, things happening a bit more well-paced, and made it work in like 30 like episodes, I guess, is how I'm going to measure length of this. But yeah, overall I thought it was very good. That ending sort of dampens my mood on it quite a bit. I thought it was a good change up, and the ending didn't really feel like it committed to a change up. So again, I'll go back and do the other Tiger Dojo stuff, and eventually I'll get that epilogue thing that I've been told about multiple times over again. So, that has been Heaven's Feel. Next time, we'll go into Tiger Dojos and other bad endings and whatnot. So I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.